There's a war going on outside no man is safe from. Don't matter if you 3 feet or 8'1", you get 8 from. All that on day one. It's a lot of things going on in the world of boxing. Just doing a little quick live. I ain't gonna be on here too long. You know what I mean? Get the chitty chat popping. Right. Wait for the list to populate. A lot of different things on a lot of different people's minds. There's a lot happening this week. It's a big fight week. Parker versus Chisora is set to go down this week. Tasha Jonas versus Katie Taylor set to go down this week. That fight breaks my heart. I love them both dearly. I don't want them to fight, but they have to because they're fighters, and God damn it, that's what they do. You know what I mean? Saw a very recent interview with Natasha Jonas where she was talking about the role of Joe Gallagher in negotiations in reference to the contention that some people have that perhaps because of Joe shooting off at the mouth, that perhaps that had costed her opportunities. And in hindsight, I understand why people thought that because there was like a issue between Eddie, and Eddie wanted Joe to apologize and all this different stuff. So I definitely know where that came from, why people thought that. But she addressed that very recently, and I believe it was on a Boxing UK. Shout out to them. They do a lot of interviews. She talked about that, and she said that Joe does not have a role in negotiations. As far as negotiations, that goes back to MTK. If anybody irons out the particulars for a fight, that goes back to MTK, and then they get that together, and then they go to Joe like, all right, well, this is what we got. So, I mean, I think that she addressed a lot of stuff that people was thinking there. I hate that I honestly hate I love it and I hate it. I love it and I hate it because I know it's going to be a good fight. I know it's going to be a good fight because they both two goddamn good fighters. It's just, it hurts me because they fighting each other. Why they got to fight each other? Why they can't just beat up somebody else? I was got Ivan, Gatsby, Nathan, David, George, Shadow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we coolin', man. Michael was good. It's hard, you know what I'm saying? It's like when Jessica fought Cecilia. I'm torn apart. I don't even want to talk about the fight, but I have to, and I gotta watch it because I know it's gonna be a good fight. But it hurts me, dog. It really hurts me. Jules, do you ever get burnt out on boxing? I've never seen you take time off. That's because I'll tell you what, some guy. If I do a video, right? Let's say I upload a video. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., right? From the time I upload that video till the next upload, which is like maybe 8 to 12 hours later, usually I do one at the beginning of the day and then one at the end of the day. All of that in between there is me bullshitting, eating sandwiches. Real spit, yo. All of that is like if I upload a video like yesterday, I uploaded a video I think it was like 10-11 a.m. The next upload wasn't until the day was over. Like I think at 12 a.m. So there's big gaps in there for me to just chill out and cool off on anything, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like these cats that they jump on a live every time news breaks. Like I can't do that because then I would get burnt out trying to and I know why they do it. The reason they do it is because they want to get in as much money as they can. So they'll go live about anything. Like if Eddie Hearn orders a bagel at a coffee shop in Manhattan, they want to do a live about it. If Devin Haney gets his tires rotated, they want to do a live about it. If fucking Mikey Garcia orders some carnitas at a taco stand, they want to do a live about it. I don't do that. Like unless I actually have something to say, then I'm not going to do a video or a live. And usually I only do about 2 videos a day, maybe 3, maybe. And you know, one of them might be a live, just me freestyling. So I don't get burnt out because I don't spend as much time on it as other guys. Like I look at other people's channels, they got lives about just like the most minute details. Like, oh, you know, Frank Warren, he got a prostate exam yesterday. So, you know, that might affect the Yardy fight. They do lives about anything. They take any opportunity to jump on a live because they want super chats. Hey, I want super chats too. I ain't even gonna lie like I don't, but I ain't gonna jump on a live all day. Like, come on, dog. I got stuff I gotta do. I gotta touch my wife's butt. I got stuff I gotta do. I can't do that all day. Lennox was good, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the 50 Cent of boxing, bro. They reached out to me, all right? And you know that I'm a very fair and objective person. I'm very fair. So it's only right that if I got one side of the story, I got to get the other side of the story too. Kaylee seen that interview, and Brian, they must have seen it, and they didn't like what was being said, so they was on it. They was like, yo, nah, we gotta give our side of the story. You know what I'm saying? So it is, it is what it is. I love both teams. Admittedly, I love Jessica. I love Rick. They know that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I always had a lot of respect for Kaylee, for Mary, for Brian, for Christina, who I think she's like a superhero, that lady. She speak like 3 languages or some shit. She should be in movies or something. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Leo. They're like, if you go to ES, and I'm not knocking ES because I've always respected his work ethic. But it's just the stuff that they go live about. Bro, I can't go live about that type of shit. Alex, what's good?
It was good, Ring IQ. How you doing, man? Could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So what I missed, man? How's your morning going?
Ain't nothing going on. It's just a little freestyle live because it's like, yo, the funny thing, if you see that I go live and people aren't really gonna understand this, unless I'm doing an interview, right? When I go live, it's because I don't care enough about what I'm about to talk about to prepare a video. Legit, like if I go live, that's a cop out, bro. Because my thing is editing. I've always loved editing in every medium. Whether you're talking about video editing, or drawing, or making a beat. That's what I like to do. I did that just as a hobbyist for free for years, just because I like doing that. It's relaxing to me. But if you see that I go live, well, it's because I don't really care. Like, I'm gonna just talk about the shit. Like, I ain't shit.
Yeah, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You gotta go live. Nobody, stop that.
Wait, real shit. Like if I'm about to talk about this Ryan Garcia thing, and I wanted to get people's opinions on what they think. Y'all already know what I think because I already put it up. So I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna be the one on the armchair saying this and that. But I noticed what the comments said that it was a lot of people. They was like, man, I don't believe that shit. So I'm gonna ask you first. Alex, do you think he has mental health issues?
Yeah, it's possible. Everybody is human at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going through struggles. Everybody's going through problems that we may not know about. I just wish him all the best. You know what I'm saying? If he needs time to take off to get himself together, that's what he needs to do, and he'll come back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really tripping about that. If he is going through mental issues, I wish him well. And that's the only thing we can do at the end of the day. At the end, we still got a lot more boxing to see. Thank God for that. But it's kind of just ridiculous, in my opinion, too, for just people to jump to conclusions and criticize him and say like, he doesn't want to fight Devin. Oh, he's ducking. Oh, he's ducking Fortuna. It's like, hey man, dude, he just beat Luke Campbell in a good fight. You know what I mean? I picked him to lose. To be honest, I didn't think he pulled through that. And he surprised me. I thought Campbell would just be too experienced. I saw it as another Loma Lopez type situation. I thought Campbell would just have enough in the tank to maybe get past him. I thought Ryan wouldn't beat him. But, to my knowledge, he shocked me. You know what I mean? He made a believer out of me, and I kind of been pulling for him, rooting for him ever since, And I just was kind of annoyed because he kept making excuses not to fight Devin, and I just didn't like that. So I thought that was just kind of a bad look.
I want to expand on that. And I'm gonna get to you, Leo. I want a little bit more from Alex when it comes to this subject. See, my thing is, I really don't think they want that Devin Haney fight. I don't think
they don't either. No,
I don't think they want that fight. At least not right now. When it comes to the Campbell fight, I was confident that he would beat Luke, but a part of me, and this is, I'm not judging, like this is me saying I legitimately don't know. I don't know if he has mental health issues. I don't know if he doesn't. If he has mental health issues, that's not something that you broadcast, feel me? So even if you never heard him say nothing before, well, that don't mean he don't have issues. You don't run around telling everybody you got issues and shit like that. Like that's make you feel some type of way. So I could understand if he really going through something, but I question, okay, let's say it's the way that he says it is. He has mental health issues. How does that affect his career moving forward? Because boxing is all high pressure situations. It's all high pressure situations.
It is. It's very stressful. It's very stressful, and it's like, and all boxers, to a certain degree, depending on what level you're at, they kind of want to put on a tough guy facade. Kind of just want to hide the pain. They kind of want to be just tough guys and not admit to their problems like everybody else. But like I said, everybody's human at the end of the day, so it only becomes so hard to do that. So that's why I'm not hating on Ryan. I want Ryan to succeed, as I'm sure you do. You know what I mean? It's just that, like, plus because he's talking about retiring in 4 years. So it's like, if you're gonna do that, you better get a move on, man, and win a title or something. Stop messing around, fight Devin, and just but if you're going through mental health, take the time you need, get help. Get your mind right and come back and prove to everybody that you're a champion and get a belt. So
do you all right now let's take it over to Leo. Leo, do you believe Ryan Garcia's story? Do you believe that he actually does have like mental health issues, even though he really didn't say what it was? But do you believe that?
No. I think he pulled off from that fight because he's searching for a bigger fight. Probably.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
For me, it's that. He's looking for another fight, a more lucrative fight. I know he was really talking before about
Pacquiao, Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
Right.
Was talking about Pacquiao, Gervonta Davis. Who knows who can pull off? Even he can pull off a guy who is not a boxer, who is not ranked, but it's more lucrative for him than a ranked boxer.
Leo, so tú crees que él quiere hacer some Jake Paul shit?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wow.
Because I don't know about you guys, but I just thought the Manny Pacquiao fight was just the strangest thing when it was announced. I was like, why is this happening? Like, why is it like, what's going? I didn't. Of course, it would have been interesting to see, but I just thought it was such an unusual matchup to be made. So, I just, kept a high degree of skepticism about that. It's like, why is he going to fight Manny at this stage in his career? He's going to go up 2 weight classes and fight a legend. It just didn't make sense. I think this is around the time that Pacquiao still had a belt, right? So,
look, with the Pacquiao shit, right? A lot of people, and I'm gonna get on Virtuoso's thoughts on this too. With a lot of people, right? They thought that Ryan was just using his name for shit, and no, Sean Gibbons,
right?
They were saying that, oh, he clout chasing Manny. No, dog. Sean Gibbons, who handles Manny Pacquiao Promotions, his promotional company, he was posting images of the shit saying, yeah, it's in the works. And it's still up on his page right now. So as far as do I think conversations was happening? 100% I do. But did I think it was strange? Yes. Because it's like, bro, who started this conversation? Because I don't think it was Golden Boy. I don't think Golden Boy reached out to Manny like, yeah, man, we want you to fight Ryan. I think it was the other way around.
Yeah, because like, didn't Pacquiao's manager at Paradigm Sports also release something saying like how he's going to take legal action for people making false claims?
Exactly,
something like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they said that we're the ones that are in charge of handling whatever remains of Manny Pacquiao's career. And me, I think they was talking about Sean because I'm like, yo, the only one running around in this that's all wrapped up in this shit in the Kool-Aid is Sean. Sean over here pumping this Ryan Garcia fight. And I'm like, I don't think anybody on this panel expected that fight to happen. I think it's safe to see that.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't at all. It just seemed like too much out of the realms of possibility. And like, it's funny because it would be nice if Pacquiao could comment and just stop sending, middlemen to speak for him. Where's Pat? Is he going to fight? Like, what is he doing? Like, is he going to fight him?
Exactly.
Who is this guy? Who is he fighting? His name is
hold on. I'm gonna get back to Leo. Leo, so you don't think he has mental health issues? You think all of this is him trying to find like a circus fight?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't
think
possible.
Because
that's possible.
Ryan It's always I've said like this. It's all about that back. It's all about the money.
Ya verdad.
He has amassed like all these followers on Instagram. Why not use it like Jake Paul or
Yeah,
like Logan Paul?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I got you, Lennox. Hold up. I'm gonna go to Virtuoso. Virtuoso, do you think he has mental health issues, or do you think this is just a way to get out of that fight?
First off, I think anybody that calls himself king, I think, might have an like an adverse effect, in handling, adversity. Like they're not used to being taken down a peg. Do I think he has
Mm.
mental issues? There has to be more to the story, because him pulling out of a fight, to me, it's just strange to me, to try to look for another for a money fight that I feel that he's not going to get. And to me, I think Ryan Garcia is like obsessed with celebrity. I do think he is. I do kind of agree with Alejandro here, but like I don't know what this dude's in his head really, because like um to be relatable to boxing fans is like, I don't know. You're trying to uh relate to old school ways of thinking, and him trying to bring in like a new audience, that I know that is not going to be loyal to him, and that
Mhm.
and that to me could affect him mentally. But the person that really should be feeling disrespected here in this situation is Javier Fortuna. Like, that dude's been trying to get a fight, trying to get him, on the winner's circle, on the winner's bracket for some time now, and he's dealing with this kind of bullshit. I for one, I think that I'm dealing with this like in a way like cynically, but I do feel concerned from him, because like you never know. Like, if he fights Fortuna and then he has a fucking Oliver McCall moment where he just starts crying and shit. I mean,
Mm.
it's gonna be feeling weird and shit, So who
Mm.
knows?
Mm. Yeah, wow.
All right, Lennox.
Okay.
Let me go to Lennox. Lennox, do you believe he
Yeah.
has mental health issues, or do you believe that this is all bullshit?
Honestly, I think that I would say, if I consider it genuine um clinical mental health issues, I would think that it's got more to do with pressure that he's creating. I'm echoing. I'm not sure who has their mic on that I'm
Hold on, I
echoing
got
from.
you. I'm about to let me see. Talk now.
So you
Yeah, I can hear you now.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of a situation that he's created for himself by chatting loads of shit. So he's not going to get any public sympathy, because wasn't it last week he was online chatting shit about Devin, and Devin, he doesn't respect Devin, and this, that, and the third. He's also
Yeah, I
not
don't
built
like
for
that.
the pressure. I want to break down a few things. I saw a meme, was it last week, that said the getting your ass whooped generation was doing a lot better than the timeout generation. Rhymes the timeout generation. You get me? Look at his situation now. He's got an entire promotional company on his back. You know what I mean? There's nobody there. He's put himself in a lot of situations by chatting reckless shit. And also, fam, you can't be a public personality and want all this public attention and then all of a sudden demand privacy. Like, you put yourself in the situation where people have no sympathy for you now. So I think that there's a combination of the pressure, and I honestly don't think that this kid is got fighting in his heart. Like, I don't think he's a proper this thing. Remember how he got his name by making sort of social media videos of hitting the Cobra bag. You get me? So yes. So now he's faced with the reality of like, fam, got to be a real boxer. Get me? And he's created all this shit by chatting shit. Like, he's put a target on his back, and all that pressure's getting to him. And now he's faced a fight that he could potentially lose for money that he's probably not happy with. And he's looking around, and honestly, in my opinion, his peers are the Jake.
Hello?
Lennox?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Keep going. I can hear you. Keep going.
Yeah, I said his peers are the Jake Pauls of the world. His peers are not like, you know what I mean, the man with like long amateur like the dudes that like got their fan base from fighting. You get me? His peers are the Jake Pauls of the world. So man's looking around like, what's he going to get for that Fortuna fight? Like, if you think about it, yeah, he's not going to get. He's looking around at what Jake and Logan and them man are making, and he's about to hop in here and legitimately with a chance of getting his head sparked off. So he can pull out some sort of thing. And I'm not like downplaying mental health issues. What I'm saying is that what he's calling mental health issues might just be reality. Let's
stop being PC and let's cut the fucking crap. Do you believe him?
Nah, fam, I don't believe that, man. I believe him. If I'm honest, I'm not saying that I don't empathize with him, but I believe him just as much as I believe Tyson Fury right before the Klitschko rematch.
All right. So
we got
to get to the bottom of the shit. If I'm being honest, if you want to know what I believe, right? I'll tell you outright, I don't believe him. But I'm not going to castigate him and apply public pressure because I have to acknowledge that I don't know. But just me going off of my gut, no, I don't believe you, bro.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that what he's calling mental health issues, it's just the real life pressure of the situation that he's created. You get me? Mm-hmm. Like in his mind, those are mental health issues, but in reality, fam, you created the situation. I mean, you and Oscar really created the situation because there's no Canelo. You get me, right? You know what he is right now, and not saying they're on the same level of talent. He's Mace. He's Mace after Biggie died.
Mason better.
Yeah, the record.
Watch now. I mean, right now, look, the only excuse for being broke is being in jail. And EMC can't make bail. He broke as hell. A Rob ODB, that'll be a waste of time. Not gonna remember that.
But remember, you know what I mean? Mace went to church when the record label was on his back. Now Ryan is like, yo, fam, Oscar, this man's gone. Oscar, like, I thought Oscar was coming back, but Oscar's coked up. Like, yo, the record label really on my back.
Wait, we got to set the record straight, right? Oscar was not on coke the night of the
trial.
He wasn't on coke. That's not how you No. We're going to stop this.
I'm not saying I'm going to backtrack. Hang on. I'm going to backtrack and say that Oscar may have been intoxicated, but Oscar's not of the sound mind to carry a promotional company. You get me? So who's on there right now that they really feel would carry? They're not putting that promotional company on Vergil Ortiz's back. We know that. Vergil Ortiz he's in the wrong weight class.
And then, no. It's because they don't, and I don't knock them. I honestly, believe it or not, I have more faith in Golden Boy's ability to shell out not just top tier talent, but superstars. They just not moving him right. Vergil don't need to worry. If it's me, right, and I know that the PBC has most of the belts, my job is not going to be getting Vergil a belt as a welterweight. My job is going to sharpen him to the point where he can split fucking atoms. I get him the Igis Kavaliauskas fight. I get him the David Abanesian fight because I said it before. Vergil don't need a belt to sell. He don't. That's reality. Motherfuckers don't have to like it. That as long as that motherfucker is going in there and beating the shit out of people, motherfuckers ain't gonna care about a belt because we all know about the politics. We know ain't nobody on PBC Island gonna give nobody no opportunity. We know that. And we know at the same time, it's too much of a risk to put Vergil in there with Crawford straight away. Like, why the fuck would you do that? I would like to see it, but I'm not dumb. That shit ain't gonna happen. So what I do is I get Vergil, everybody else. I get him David Abanesian. I get him Mean Machine. I fuck around, call Sergey. Hey, Sergey, you want to get your ass beat again? I got to fight for you. $1,000, get your ass beat. That's what I do.
Those are good fights. They're really good fights.
They should put the company. If it's me, and I had to bank on either Ryan or Vergil, I go Vergil. Vergil plays the guitar. He's musically gifted and shit.
Do he?
Legit, he plays the guitar. He nice, B. That dude is nice.
Yeah.
That was a good fight.
That are most talented.
So let's say this: out of the 5 guys in the panel, which one of y'all believe Ryan Garcia is having real legitimate mental health issues? We know Lennox doesn't. Leo, you don't believe it either. Now, Virtuoso, you're gonna stop giving me this PC crap, and you're gonna give me an answer. Do you believe it?
Yeah, I think I believe it. I think he's not built for this game, man. I don't.
Oh, okay, so let me characterize it. You don't think that he's built for professional boxing?
No, I think he just likes the celebrity aspect of it. Like
That's precisely what I said.
yeah, exactly. Like you just mentioned Vergil Ortiz and what the opponents he has to go through. I don't think Ryan Garcia likes the idea of the grind of trying to build up your status. He likes getting shortcuts, you know. Like yeah, he is talented, but like he wants it easy. That's how I feel it is.
All right. So Lennox, Leo, Virtuoso, y'all not believing this shit. Motherfucking, I'm fucking old. I forgot. Alex.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm here.
You don't believe this shit? In your gut, when you look at the shit, what is your gut telling you?
Re-examining everybody's viewpoints and now really thinking about it. Yeah, I don't think he's cut out for it. Probably. He's probably not cut out for it because, because everybody made a lot of great points, and it's like, you know, I think he's caught between wanting to be a professional boxer and maybe like a social media star, and he's kind of like at a crossroads of like, oh, which one do I choose? And I think he might want the, you know, YouTube or celebrity aspect of it more, you know. So you know, now he's, you know, like you know, Lennox and the other gentleman said he taking, you know, shortcuts and just that's why he pulled out of the Fortuna fight, all mental health issues. So that maybe it's becoming too big for him. It's becoming too much.
I dig it.
I
just
have a
got
question.
the weirdest fucking text message. Somebody's giving me the finger. I have no idea why.
People have
It's
so
like
much
me,
free time.
yo, some random number that I don't know is giving me the finger. Like what the fuck? How do you have my number? Who the fuck is this?
I spam my calls.
Yo, you think that's Ryan Garcia giving me the finger?
It'd be like a normal ass number, and it's just like, yo, we have an extended work on your vehicle, and I'm like, get off.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And
Ryan, look, man, it's not my fault, dog. I didn't tell them to say that. All right, it's not my fault.
It's free speech.
Nah,
bro. Let me find out Ryan Garcia got my phone. What the fuck?
Maybe Clarissa Shields got your number.
She don't like me, dog. I heard she been saying all kinds of mean things about me, but it is what it is.
What the hell is her problem, man? I mean, look, my God.
I'll tell you what the nature of the problem was. A long time ago, somebody was talking about why the Cecilia Breakers fight didn't happen. So I told them, I surmised it for them that, well, my understanding is Cecilia said that she was made an offer and it was low, and she was made a better offer by Matchroom. So she took the Matchroom offer, and what she told Clarissa was, yo, you're gonna have to go back to Showtime and sort it out with them. That was what I said. Clarissa says something, I forgot what it was in response to what I had put, and I was like, well, how is your relationship with Showtime? Because this was around the time, this was before the fight got announced with Marie-Eve DeCurve. This was before that. And I was like, well, how is your relationship with Showtime? Because she didn't have a fight date booked. Wasn't nothing going on. So I'm like, well, what's going on with them? Feel me? And then that's when, like, I see that in me asking that, I hit a nerve. Now that everything happened, I know why, you know, it happened the way it did. But I asked, what's the relationship with Showtime like? Because people saying that you're not with them anymore. And she ain't like that. She called me annoying. She kicked my dog and all of that. And told me to go to hell and die slow. And then here we are. Now, she didn't say all that, but she did tell me I'm annoying. And then
Did she kick your dog? Did she kick your dog or no?
Really hard.
Yeah. Wow, that's messed up, man. I thought she was an animal lover.
But look, off of that, she blocked me. I have not corresponded with her since. But I think she told Amanda Serrano. It was either Amanda. No, it wasn't Amanda Serrano. It was an interview that I did very recently with somebody. And she said, oh, this dude stay disrespecting women. I'm like, disrespecting women? Like, what are you talking about? And I didn't know because I couldn't see it. People sent it to me. I'm very grateful for everybody that decided to speak up. Like, yo, that dude don't be disrespecting nobody. Like, fuck is you? Because when somebody else sent me the whole thread, I got to see what everybody was saying. I'm like, yo, that shit was touched my heart. That many people stuck up for me. Like, nah, he ain't disrespecting nobody. You just think everybody supposed to kiss your ass, and
No, I mean,
everybody
true.
not going to
Facts.
do that.
Facts. I mean, Ray Good. You know, I mean, hey, man, it's because of this channel alone that I started watching female, like, women's boxing. You know what I mean? I mean, because, you know, you hype up the fighters, you hype up the fighters, you promote them, you give them interviews, you give them an outlet to make themselves known and be heard. And that's just, it's phenomenal for the sport. I mean, it really is. So, like, and what I heard Clarissa say that, I'm like, man, she needs to put down whatever she's smoking. I mean, are you serious?
My interpretation of it, I guess she, and this is why people ask me, like, yo, even yesterday, somebody on Instagram asked me, like, yo, when you gonna do a Clarissa Shields interview? I'm like, bro, you can't do an interview with somebody like that, because I'm not gonna kiss your ass. Like, I'm not gonna kiss your ass. Now, like, I got mad respect and all of that for all of that she did and all of that, but bro, I ain't gonna kiss your ass. Now, like, I'm not gonna be around the bush. Like, I'm Switzerland, bro. If I feel a certain way, I'm not gonna change it. Like, chill. So I don't want that interview. Period. Like, I don't even want it. Like, nah, you want people to talk to you. Like I'm trying to suck the crust out of your toes. Like, nah, I ain't gonna do all that now. Like, all right, I give you your props. I big you up. I bought her fight, and this was after she blocked me. But aside from that, like, nah, I'm good, man. You go do interviews with Champ Side and let him, who don't promote shit in women's boxing, let him big you up. I ain't doing that.
No, do what you do. It's like, it's funny. She kind of comes across to me as a female Deontay Wilder, with how she's acting.
Somebody said, "Fuck you! Stop texting this number. I'm reporting you." Enough, yo. How the fuck? What the fuck?
What did you do?
718 numbers.
Wrong number.
These is all New York numbers. These is all 718 numbers. But I'm like, I don't even recognize not one of these numbers. Like,
I told you,
block this shit.
I said you were becoming the 50 Cent of this boxing shit. You see now, the man them just coming for beef.
I guess the motherfucker just out the clear blue sky sent me the middle finger when we was talking about Ryan Garcia. I wonder if that's not Ryan Garcia.
Might be. Never know.
I don't know.
I mean, but just continue on just Clarissa Shields right quick. Like, I love watching Savannah Marshall fight. She is a problem. She's a problem, and Clarissa knows it.
Now I'm getting a FaceTime call. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is calling me, yo? Like, who the fuck are you? Get off my dick, man. Go fight on 2 Feezy or something. I don't know who the fuck y'all are. The fuck?
Wow, this is strange.
This is bananas, yo. Like, what the fuck is going on? The world is getting weird, man. Like,
somebody trolling you, man.
Yeah, what were we talking about? What were we talking about?
It's probably, yo, you know what? It's probably if it's somebody in Manhattan, that really narrows the field of options. If it's somebody in Manhattan, and I know that in Manhattan, Manhattan, the people I know in Manhattan is not internet people, so I really don't think it's one of them. This look like some internet type shit. And anybody I know back home ain't no internet people, so I'm like, who the fuck? Like, is this some random telemarketing shit? Like, what is this? I don't know, man.
Might be telemarketers. I had that problem myself.
Yeah, it's just they didn't call me to ask about my car insurance. They sent me a text message giving me the finger. Like, if they call me asking like, yo, you want to update your car insurance, and they got a Chinese accent, then I'm gonna know it's a telemarketer.
That shit happens to me too. It's like the calls I get is like somebody speaking Chinese, leaving me. I'm like, what the hell is going? Like, what is this?
Yeah, it's a trend now. It's a trend. I don't get it.
Go another one.
That happens to you too? You get those calls too?
Yep.
Who is this? Crazy. Who is sending this chain? I'm about to reply. I am the leader of Narnia. Motherfuckers want to play. I'm the leader of Narnia. Hold on.
Oh, it's probably your man. It's probably your man Artman. Artman's got. He's using a clone number. Artman's using a clone number.
I am the leader of Narnia. Bow before me. All right, we got Troy over here. Troy, do you think Ryan has mental health issues or not?
You know what? Oh Lord, I was on another thing last night. This could be another promo for him or something. I really don't have a straightforward answer for you, right?
Uh-huh.
It could be him saying, okay, well, I'm gonna play that up and I'm gonna come back in and I'm gonna have a fight behind that. I really don't know at this point with all this drama and busting, but that's actually me sending you that foolishness, man.
That's you?
Hell no, I'm playing with you. I don't have your number, boy.
I'm like, man, yo, look, man, I'm old. I don't answer phone calls. So when I see a number that I don't recognize, I'm like, who the fuck is this?
No,
Because
but listen,
I don't answer
man.
calls.
Yo, but listen, when it comes to Clarissa Shields, man, I know you have a foot fetish, man. I know you're gonna eat that toe jam sandwich
Man, listen,
with
man.
cheese
Man,
on it,
listen,
man,
man.
on some wheat bread. Don't be lying to me, Julius. You're gonna put it
Man,
on your
listen,
Cuban
man.
sandwich.
Like I said, and I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again, right? The last thing I want to do is wake up on Sunday morning and find out that she got her ass beat in the cage. I don't want that to happen. I would rather she call the whole goddamn thing off than go to PFL or ASL or ESL. I would rather she just not do that shit. But it is what it is.
You know,
Tell
I
the
said
truth,
this
Julius,
before.
man. You know, you and her used to date back in the day, and you stole a pair of her shoes because you have a foot fetish, man. Cut it out, man.
Man,
Cut it out.
listen, man. Like I said, man. So
Or this is amusing to me because I remember when I talked about the Showtime situation and the business thing off the line, yeah. And you was running like Johnny Cochran in like the entire defense squad for her. So
yeah.
her getting mad at you and blocking you, and I'm just laughing because everything I said 2-3 years ago about that when that whole thing went down at Showtime and the zone situation, because you know what I mean, I'm not going to say it on
But
air,
that's how I
but
know.
you know
That's
what I mean.
how I know that I'm not wrong. That's how, because it would have been easy. Like, I'm gonna put it another way, right? If I was just a big piece of shit and an asshole, I could have made videos about how Clarissa is all this bad stuff because people like that. But I didn't do that. I'm not going to do that. I don't have to do that. I kept it a bean. It's not her fault that her brother did some shit. And attacking her for that, that's some bullshit. Like, yeah, her brother might be this and that, but she not his babysitter. If he feel like getting in a fist fight at a weigh-in, that's just what the fuck it is, B. I would have made more money. I like, honestly, I would have made more money saying the opposite, but I ain't like that.
Honestly, this shows how illogical she is because this shows just quite how illogical she is as a human being because you were quite vehemently one of her her advocates. You know what I mean? Like, even when, I explained to you what's going on, why she can't make any money, her marketability. You were like, no, you were actually a massive, well, not saying were, you probably still are. It's like, nah, she's not a pragmatic individual. Not that I expect everyone to be pragmatic, yeah, or sensible, but it's just like, fam, you're not on planet Earth because I, for a fact, because I know you like to get into these little tips. Like, I never took it seriously, but I remember you went off defending her. And I was like, fam, I'm telling you. Then we took it offline, remember, and I messaged you and I broke down precisely what going behind the scenes with the networks because, we couldn't discuss it on air because, man, he's got to protect his pockets. And I broke it down to you and I was like, fam, that money's never going to be there because no one sees it. The suits don't see it as marketability. And I remember you broke down an entire business plan of how to get her to where she needs to be.
Yeah,
so you were quite. So this is why,
I'm a
to me,
problem solver. I'm a problem solver.
No. But what I'm trying to say, hang on. What I'm trying to say is it doesn't make sense that she's all of a sudden now at your neck and all this is because you were literally rooting for her. You always have. And it's like, fam, she can't be an objective. If there was any proof that I needed that she's never, ever been objective, it can never be a sensible individual, it is the situation with you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like, I'm not trying to guilt nobody into nothing. I'm just saying that for what was said in the years because I've spent years talking her up, right? Showing her love and all of that. And I'm like, yo, I like, it's not a thing where you feel old. It's more of along the lines of you are just as linear and petulant as everyone says you are. That's what it communicates to me. They're like, yo, you just nobody you on some shit where a lot of folk not going to want to deal with you because they not going to feel comfortable having to kiss your ass just to get a word in, and that's what you waiting for. That must be what you waiting for, and motherfuckers not gonna be comfortable with that because the truth of it is, you don't bring in bread like that. I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
I mean, will
Well,
anybody
Julius,
ever find out her purse from like the
no,
Eva
but
Marie DeCare fight?
The Marie,
you know what, Julius?
I heard that entire purse was based on the pay-per-view buys. I also heard on very good authority that the buys is no more than 8,000.
Oh
No, but you know what, Julius? If I
8,000.
was her,
8,000.
right? If I was
Wow.
Clarissa,
That's bad.
what I would do, there's like a super echo coming from somewhere. But if I was her, right, what I would do is just look at the situation on my own, because you got all these other female fighters saying that you're not that way. So, I would have to look at the situation on my own, and then after that, I would probably reach out to you in some way, shape, or form, and then I would settle it. Then I would come on your show, man, and do some marketing for myself. That's what I would do, because that's a sensible thing to do right now, right?
Yo, look, I'm gonna tell you something, right? I'm gonna tell you something. It's good fighters in America, right? It's good fighters in America, and I've had the opportunity to talk to a good number of them. So I don't want to give off the wrong idea when I say this, but you have to be observant. Look at everybody that I've ever interviewed, right? From the United Kingdom. Look at all, not just Europe period, right? You got to sell yourself, man. People don't have to like you. At the end of the day, you could be the GOAT. You could be the best that ever did it, and people still don't have to like you. That's the truth. All right. Mm-hmm. So I see that with Clarissa, it's like you want things to be a certain way. Like, oh, well, they like this person. Why they don't like? Because they don't fucking have to. That's why. There's people that don't like me, and I ain't never fucking met them before. That's the way it is, bro. That's life. Motherfuckers make a decision. I ain't gonna like this motherfucker. That's the decision you made. So when I see here stateside, I've had the opportunity to talk to a lot of people from here in America. Never mind Europe. They having the British boxing renaissance in Europe, right? A lot of the folk that I've talked to here in America, all very gracious, very humble, very realistic. All right, Hevel Hardy, Melissa St. Ville, the whole Empire stable, all of them. It's talking regular because we all know what the situation is. We all know that the terrain is not ideal. So anybody who's an advocate of the sport, everybody got to help everybody out. With somebody like that you think that like, oh, you gods, like, yo, listen, man, I hate to tell you this, but that's not what's going on, and you're not gonna fix it acting like that's not the problem. If you want to fix the shit, you need to get as many motherfuckers behind you, myself included, as possible. Because we the ones that gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers on Twitter, they'll suck any motherfucking dick on Twitter. When it's time for them to pay, these motherfuckers evaporate. It's motherfuckers like me that pay. They're like, yeah, I'll buy the fight. Show patronage, right? If you're not showing patronage in terms of dollars, then you're not talking about nothing. That's why we can sit here arguing about the Charlo brothers all motherfucking day, right? Oh, they great. 100,000 pay-per-view buys, motherfucker. That's what it boiled down to. We can sit here saying Gervonta Davis, this, that, and the other. 225,000 pay-per-view buys, motherfucker. In a country this size, that ain't shit. That ain't shit. That means you're not a superstar. That's what that means. Unless you got people that's willing to pay, and these are the people that you need. Unless you got people that's willing to pay and support you, you gonna be another Jadakiss album. Y'all remember when Jadakiss had his first album and the whole street? Yeah, that shit dope. Yeah, because the whole streets bootlegged the shit. They was getting that shit for $5 on 2 Feezy and 4 Feezy. You think he's seen any of that bootleg money? No. So fuck the respect, the free respect. If you're not showing up in numbers and money, then it ain't about shit. I ain't gonna sit here arguing. It's like the other motherfucker I was talking to. A week of the fight, motherfucker was trying to talk shit to me about Shields, and I'm like, well, did you buy the fight? I can show you my receipt. I can show you mine. Did you buy it? All right, you didn't buy the fucking fight, bro. If you didn't buy the fight, don't fucking talk to me about it then. Because you're not talking about nothing. I bought the fight. You didn't buy the fight. Did you buy the Charlo doubleheader? Did you buy Spence versus Porter? All right, motherfucker, you don't pay for shit. That's That's like if I order a pizza and I'm paying for everything and you go and motherfucking tell me what to do. Like, no. If you not paying for shit, be quiet.
But Ray, right quick, I just wanted to ask you something. About the Savannah Marshall fight and Clarissa Shields. Like, I mean, I know Savannah the Eddie they wanted, but I just fear that like I just want you to take deep. Like, what amount do you think Clarissa will be happy with? Because I got a feeling that whatever number Eddie comes up with, it won't be enough for her to take the fight.
Honestly, and I got a video coming up about this. So if I had to put a dollar amount on it, I can't give you an exact figure, right? But I will say I think it's in excess of $500,000. I think whatever she wants, it has to be more than what she stands to make at the PFL. So let's say that she stands to make $300,000 at the PFL, right? That means Eddie, you taking me away from my $300,000, so you need to give me $6 because you taking me away from that $3. You might need to give me $4, $5, or $6 because you know that I got something else going on. And if you want me to sidetrack for your fighter, then you need to give me $6. That's what I think is going on.
Got it. Because I already know that Eddie's going to pay her career highest purse. I mean, that's a given. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's in the bag right there. I mean, question is how much. The problem
with that shit is that I understand that logic. It's just that if the number you want exceeds the value of the fight, bro, this dude is not in the business of giving money away. Nobody is. He's not in the business of giving money away. So if unfortunately you want $1 million, well, if I got to give you $1 million, Clarissa, what I'm supposed to give Savannah? What I'm supposed to give her?
Unfortunately, it seems that all the fighters that aren't on Matchroom think he's a charity.
Yep,
they don't think anybody else is a motherfucking charity. But when Big Bad Eddie roll around, oh, nah, Eddie, you got to pay my tuition for college, bro. You got to put me through medical school, bro. You got to put me through J.
Yeah, that's why I brought up the purse for her, the care fight, because like, you know, okay, based so you're happy to fight, make whatever you made in that, which probably wasn't a lot, I don't know. But then like once Eddie Hearn steps into the picture, oh, now I want all this stuff, now I want everything. And Amanda Serrano, the same thing, you know, and stuff like that. It's like, oh, what did she get paid fighting winning the last fight, Daniela Bermudez? What did she make fighting her? You know, but now
I still stand by the fact that Amanda Serrano robbed Eddie Hearn without a gun.
It's funny. Eddie actually could have sued her. Yeah, that's the funny thing about it. He could have sued her and taken her to court.
If he didn't sue her, it's because, let's be real, what's $10,000 to Eddie Hearn, bro? That's money making Hearn, bro.
Yeah, that's why I applaud Eddie even more for not doing it. That's why I applaud him for not doing it even more. I mean, Eddie's like, I ain't got time for this shit. I mean, I got a staple of fighters. It's like, it's on to the next one. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Exactly. Like, if he wanted to, if he really wanted to, he could have did a lot of shit that would have been fucked up. But he didn't do that shit. And that's what tells me that, like, yo, you know what? This dude is a good dude. Because if it was me and you said all that shit about me, oh, your career.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd have sued her at a house and home. It's like,
I'd have been like, not only am I going to sue you for the money you owe me, I'm going to sue you for defamation of character for implying that I did not act in good faith based on your requests. You wanted to fight Simone de Silva. You wanted to fight for a title at featherweight. I delivered all of that to you, and when it came time for you to deliver your end of the bargain, you didn't want to do that. So you owe me. And until you pay me, which we know you can't, until you pay me, you don't box.
Yep, I mean, Amanda, so let's be honest. She should be thanking God that like Eddie didn't do that. But sorry, go ahead, my bad.
No, I said, let's be honest. If it was Bob would have still had her on the shelf till this day. Let's be honest. If that was Bob Arum, she would be working somewhere as a cashier because she would not be able to box.
Bob would have had her working in Pathmark. He'd have had her working. Look at what he did to Mikey Garcia. 3 years of his career waiting for that contract to be up.
It was 3. Sidelined him for 3 years. I thought it was 2. It was 3.
It was 3 years, bro.
Oh,
Bob don't play them games. He don't play them games.
Bro,
so when I see that Eddie let you rock, that he didn't sue you for the money, and he just let you be like, you know what, let's get the fuck out of here. When I see that he did that, what I see is not only is this a good dude, but he probably might not want nothing to do with you after, like, you know what, you got me that time, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. All right? That's how I think he took that shit.
So To switch gears real fast and to come back to where I was the last time I heard you. Fuck Ryan Garcia. Fuck him. That dude is fucking lying. There's nothing wrong with him. I don't believe it. He already ducked 2 fights prior to this. He ducked Tank Davis, said he was gonna fight Manny Pacquiao. The Manny Pacquiao turned out to be a fucking lie. So that shows that he's got the potential to be a liar. Then he ducked out of the Devin Haney fight.
Tone, wait a minute. Wait, Tone, we gotta backtrack a little bit. He wasn't lying about the Pacquiao fight. The lie was on the Pacquiao side. I hate to say that, but that's the truth.
Well, according to Oscar De La Hoya, he said he never got anything from the Pacquiao side, that it was all made up. So
I'm not. No. Pay attention. I'm saying that somebody on Pacquiao's side was trying to, and I think it was Sean Gibbons, if you want my honest opinion, because he was the only member of Pacquiao's team posting about that shit. Paradigm Management was not posting about that shit. Sean Gibbons was, and Sean Gibbons is the president of Manny Pacquiao Promotions. Like he's like they got it, make the shit happen. He got all of Manny's fighters.
So I'm gonna say this. Allegedly, somebody on Pacquiao's side said something. Allegedly, all right. So allegedly, it could have came from that side, or Ryan could have made this shit up. So moving past that, right? He could have fought Devin Haney. Devin Haney didn't have a dance partner. There was no Linares. He was already the interim title holder, which put him in first place for that belt, for that Devin Haney shot. He decided, no, I ain't going to do that. I'm going to go into another eliminator with another possible mandatory for Devin Haney and Fortuna. So he skipped out on Devin Haney. Then he goes to fight Fortuna. And what does he do? He skips out on that too. Now I say this. I have supported Ryan Garcia for a couple of years now. I said he would make Tank Davis look like Fortuna. I said that I believe that he can clear out the fucking lightweight division. However, all the talent in the world does you no good if you have no belief in yourself. And I think that's what it is. He don't believe in himself.
So let's make it concise. You don't believe he got mental health issues and shit like that. You just think he bullshitting and he wanted to get out of the fight.
I don't think he has like in a sense, I don't think he has mental health issues as like I'm suicidal like a Tyson Fury. I think he has mental health issues in the fact of he doesn't believe in himself. That this ain't the sport for him. He ain't got the heart for it. He the 10 man. Like he don't believe in his own abilities. So if you don't believe in yourself, how can you achieve anything?
Ooh. All right, I'm gonna take it.
Well, how's that for not being PC? Yeah, that's what he was after, yeah?
Hold on. Now, let me take it to Big K. Big K, do you believe that Ryan Garcia has mental health issues, or do you think that it's all bullshit and he was just trying to get out of that fight?
No, I think there is probably there is something in it as to why he's probably pulled out. Within time, we'll find out how bad his issues are. You know, it kind of comes back to the Tyson Fury thing where, you know, no one really knows how much and how true it is. It's just going to take time to come out. I think it's too early for anyone to judge yet.
I'll say this much. Before I pass it to Mark, I'll say this much. It could be either way. I won't judge him, but my gut tells me I don't believe you. You want to get out of the game, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't believe him. You want to get out of the game early. You want to, that tell me that you're not long for this because you're the only cat I see talking like that. I never really seen a young cat talking like that before. I never. That's one. Two, you don't want to fight for belts. You trying to like marginalize what it means to fight a belt when your contemporaries like Teofimo Lopez, they put value on that shit. That's a point of pride, a point of professional pride. Forget about the boxing fans. As a person that does something, when you love it, you really do want to be the best you can be at it. That goes into anything. That goes into boxing. That goes into music. That goes into making beats, producing, whatever it is you do. A part of you wants to compete because you want to be the best at what you do. And when I see that, I'm like, yo, do you really want to compete when you trivializing what it means to be a champion? That's a goal. That's a benchmark for a lot of fighters. Like, yeah, they know it's politics and all of that, but it still means something to him. Look at Maurice Hooker when he won a WBO title at 140, and you tell me if that didn't mean something to him. He broke down and cried off of that shit. That's a man with 8 kids. If you was gonna break down and cry, I'd break down and cry that I have 8 kids. Not that I want a bellow. I want a bellow. All right.
I just think it's too early. It's just, there's something in it potentially. It's just too early.
All right, Mark, do you believe him? Do you not believe him?
What, if he has mental health issues?
Yeah.
Probably. Most people in his age bracket do these days, whether they're self-diagnosed or undiagnosed.
Did Dr. Google diagnose him or did Dr. Spock?
Probably Dr. Google. Probably Dr. Google. But at the same point, I think it's more a question of silk sheets. This dude makes more money off of his Instagram posts than he does in the ring.
That's true.
That's true, yeah.
He does, like, sponsorships and all this stuff through Insta and all that. Like, he don't want to get punched in the face. He's making money off of a pretty face.
That's true.
So he's making money off of it. He ain't making no $1 million purses in boxing.
You know what? Ryan Garcia is Jake Paul in reverse. That's what he is. He's a fighter who's going Instagram model, whereas Jake Paul started off that way and he wants to turn into a fighter. The difference in Jake Paul and Ryan Garcia is at least Jake Paul is stepping up to the plate and doing a harder fighter after every harder fighter. So I give Jake Paul more credit than Ryan Garcia, and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about that.
Let me tell you something, Tone. Jake Paul is a roaring Capricorn, like myself, all right? He's a roaring motherfucking Capricorn, like Muhammad Ali, like motherfucking Joe Frazier, George Foreman, Custom Model, Roy Patterson, Felix Trinidad, Roy Jones Jr., Bernard Hopkins, Alexander Usyk, Jake Paul, goddammit.
Jake Paul is a sideshow Bob, and he's and his future is going to be just a forgotten T-shirt. He doesn't,
I'm gonna tell you something, Troy. Don't be surprised if
tell
Jake
me
Paul,
how great I am.
Wait, Troy. Don't be surprised if Jake Paul start boxing with boxers, because my psychic Capricorn powers tell me that that's what he finna do.
Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. Let's get it. Jake Paul and Tommy Fury.
Okay, listen. Anybody can pull somebody out of retirement. Hold on, y'all. Hold on now. Anybody can pull somebody out of retirement and say, "Okay, I'm for the boxer," right?
You don't think Jake Paul could beat Dmitry Kudryashov, Mark?
I don't even know who the hell that is.
Wait, hold on. Did you say Dmitry Kudryashov? You're talking the dude who had a fight of the year contender with Makabu Kudryashov?
Oh shit! I'm just saying, you don't think? All right, Jake Paul, Artur Spilka, what happens?
Jake Paul knocks him out in 6.
Of course, Artur Spilka is damaged goods, baby.
Spilka keeps him at the end of his job, but outboxes him on the back foot like he did to Marius back.
Listen, the 1-2 on Jake Paul, he keeps that right hand high when he shoots the jab, brings over the right beautifully. I like Jake Paul for the fight.
Hey, look at
No. But if he wants to press me, why don't he get there with Stephen Cunningham?
Hey,
why don't he get there with Stephen Cunningham next?
Hey, I'm trying
But not for nothing. Look. Wait. USS Cunningham. Even though he doesn't get talked about in this scope amongst the casual boxing fan, he's cruiserweight. He's a cruiserweight somebody though.
He's a damn good fighter.
Let me just say this, yeah. I believe, yeah. The financial rewards for who he thinks he is are not there. That's why he's not taking these fights, man. That's why he's not taking these fights. And like at this stage of his career and the amount of profile he's got, he believes that even if he doesn't box, he's going to do something that, is going to earn him money anyway. So right now, I just don't think whether they're paying him for the Fortuna, how much you reckon? I don't think he's getting $1 million for Fortuna.
No, I don't think so.
And that too.
Hey,
yeah,
I'm about to get off.
That could be partly, but that partly could be some of the reason he's not getting in the ring. Financial reward ain't there.
So let me ask you, Beats, and we can see, but just to get it out, you don't believe it's mental health issues. You believe it's purse issues.
Purse issues. And he was talking about religion the other day, and he was getting really deep into it. And it seemed to me like his focuses are just not there. Look, if they give him $3 million, he'll take it. I mean, I'd take it. You'd take it. Right? So that's the thing, right? If they start throwing the figures, he'll fight. But right now, there's no incentive for Ryan Garcia to fight.
Hey, bro,
If they give me $3 million to fight Javier Fortuna, man, he could fucking beat the shit out of me. $3 million. I'll be all right. I got hit by a car. I could deal with Javier Fortuna.
I mean, but quick question about Ryan though. It's like, I mean, what did he was he supposed to fight Linares last year, but he pulled out?
Yeah, but that was when the reason that we don't hold that against him is because that was when the pandemic first hit. So it's like I can see in that situation, like, nah, he ain't being fast. It's not stable right now. We didn't even know when boxing was going to come back when that shit happened. So.
Okay, got it. Because I didn't know the backstory. I thought it might have been because of the pandemic, but I wasn't sure. Because I think Linares.
You don't believe none of this shit.
I have a question. For when is Ryan Garcia versus Javier Fortuna supposed to happen?
2 months from now, bro.
July 9th.
2 months from now.
July 9th. I think it's July 9th.
July 9th. I think in 1 month we're gonna hear from Ryan Garcia. Big announcement. Watch out from Thriller.
Ryan got. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I've been talking to a lot of people. I'm not gonna say who I've been talking to. I know a lot of shit, actually. I'll say that Golden Boy having fighters on Triller is a real thing. It's a real move.
Is that a possibility?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a real move. It's a real
very
move.
high probability. Very high probability.
Yes.
I can see it. I hope so.
Ryan Garcia, I was going to say that the whole Golden Boy, the Zone Serious boxing thing, that's going to be a thing of the past for him. And there's going to be a lot of kids who came up with amateur pedigrees, went into the pros, who are not going to pursue the boxing career as we know it. They're going to be looking to, get into Triller fights, fight celebrities, exhibitions, and make cake, and not get their brains scrambled out of their brain. I think Ryan Garcia could be one of them kids. Someone like Tank Davis, after a few fights, he could go the same route, and a few more of them. You know?
Yeah, because the thing about boxing, right? The thing about boxing, and that has made some of the best boxers we've ever seen, is harsh conditions. It's harsh conditions. You got guys that get into the sport, they didn't have nothing else. They didn't know nothing. Floyd Mayweather's a perfect example. Unstable home life. But if they ain't nothing else at home, it's boxers at home. And that made him one of the best boxers that we've ever seen. These cats, they don't come from, like, Ryan don't come from that. He don't come from that. He don't come from that Joe Frazier, that Ali. Like, you don't come from that. You come from, let me take a picture of myself because my hair looks nice today. That's what you come from.
Mm-hmm.
You got.
By the way, Ring. Sorry, I hate to troll you right quick, but Mayweather versus Logan Paul, who you got?
Logan Paul. I like Logan Paul's chances. He's big, he's strong. I like the jab on Logan. I like the feints on Logan. I think Logan's got a real shot.
Nice. Yep. I'm betting on Logan to win. I'm betting on Logan. Yes, sir. I feel the same way.
Isn't it a damn shame that here we are in 2021 and the biggest boxing story is about some young cat and his mental health? Isn't it a damn shame?
Nah, because that's America, bro. Like, remember, and I always go back to this. I always go back to this because I don't want to slight the sport of boxing. What we're talking about is an American issue. On the world stage, you got Uzbeks that never used to really be in boxing like that. They like that. You didn't like motherfuckers was not talking about Uzbeks doing their thing, but now they are. It's a lot of other people out there in the whole world. I think it's a developing boxing scene in Namibia. I think it is in Africa. They got a developing boxing scene over there. Nigeria has a developing boxing scene. Ghana. So it's like I'm not gonna say that because Ryan is doing X, Y, and Z. Like, no, boxing still got a lot of shit going on, and it's a lot of dedicated athletes that's still out there.
Yes,
Ryan
sir.
ain't gonna fuck it up for them.
Yes, sir. But what I'm saying is, this seems to be the prevailing thing that people want to talk about, man. Because
when we talk about American boxing, Troy, when we talking about American boxing,
Ring, to counter what you're saying there, You're saying he's not going to fuck it up for other fighters. He fucked it up already. He didn't take his title shot. There's a kid out there sweating his guts out right now, trying to get that shot at Devin Haney. And he's not taking his shot. And then he's backing out of his eliminator. He's taking up space. He is taking up space. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, well, somebody tell me this is like how many eliminators do you have to fight in for the WBC before you finally guarantee the title shot? Was somebody answer that question?
Honest, Alex, if he wanted that fucking shot to be next, that shot would have been next. It ain't even about the number, because when he fought Luke, that's what that shit was supposed to be for. You fight Luke, so you fight Devin.
That's what I thought. So I thought that was so now he's fighting for another. I mean, okay, come on, man. I mean, seriously, it's like, how do you want the shot that you don't? Because like at this point, it's like I think he's ducking Devin. He doesn't want to fight him. That's what I believe. That's what I think.
Okay.
Something about Devin you do not like. You don't want it. You don't want that smoke.
No, you don't.
Okay, to be fair, when it's about to Devin Haney, everyone has a problem.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yep. Teofimo didn't want to fight him. Teofimo was clowning him, was trolling him. He was trolling him. Tank was trolling him after Gamboa, like, oh, you went to this. I knocked him out in 12. Well, okay, so what?
Honestly, look, to Leo's point, remember, and I don't want to hear that I don't want to hear none of that bullshit that people are trying to put out there. This is what I motherfucking know. He fucking fought Abdullayev. He became interim champion. After that, what does Top Rank do? They asked for a franchise belt. Why? Why are you asking for a franchise belt? For what? You don't need that shit. The WBC ain't about to order Devin Haney versus Vasyl Lomachenko anyway. So you don't need that shit. Why are you doing that? I know why you're doing that. Because you motherfucking knew. Eddie, at some point, it's not next. It's not now. But you know, at some point, Eddie is going to do with Devin what he just tried to do with Anthony Crolla. He's going to try to take it to a purse, but he's going to try so he could get Vasyl Lomachenko on the zone. That's out of Bob Arrow's own motherfucking mouth. All right? So it's true what Leo said. Whenever Devin's involved, there's a fucking problem. There's always a problem. Davis don't want to fight him. Ryan don't want to fight him. Teofimo, you too good for him. Look, you taking care of a mandatory, right? And George Kambosos. I respect it, but don't tell me you too good for Devin, or your fans are saying you too good, but you're not too good for George.
I mean, it's like the funny thing about Teofimo. The funny thing about Teofimo is like he was a sorry. Well, give me 1 second. Like the funny thing about Teofimo is he was criticizing Loma before their fight about like how he's a diva. Well, look how you're acting now.
Pretty much.
How much money Teofimo Lopez was asking to fight Devin Haney?
10 million.
How much?
10 million.
And Eddie, he didn't scoff at that. He's like, okay, we can work. Yeah. It's like he didn't say no outright because I saw the interview. It's like, okay, we'll see. Yeah. You know, all right. It's like, I got what you wanted. I got. Yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to read through the bullshit. I just said the same thing about Pacquiao Crawford, Pacquiao Spence. My question: do you want 40 million for Spence the way you want 40 million for Crawford? Because if you don't, why is that?
Oh, I know. We all know the answer.
He knows what's going to happen, so he doesn't want that.
Crawford don't. Nobody. Crawford is the ring. You said it in the video several times. He's the boogeyman of that division.
It's the same fucking pattern. As soon as Crawford is involved, motherfuckers want retirement money. You happy fighting for less money than that? But if Crawford, you got to give me 10 million, son. You got to give me 40 million, son.
I was disappointed that the Porter, like Sean Porter, was starting to kind of price himself out and make excuses a bit. It's like, come on, Sean Porter of all people, are you serious? You know what I mean? Why is that fight not happening next? That's the fight I want to see next. I'm sure everybody does.
Honestly, I think this generation of welterweights, they're done. Like, the managers looking for cash outs because the men are not going to stick around and fight. You know what I mean?
It's just the American guys, though. Yeah. You know,
my view of it is, and I believe it. I'm trying to remember who said this but it's a point that I've made myself that Crawford's in his 30s, Errol's in his 30s, Keith is in his 30s, Porter's in his 30s. All right, y'all cats, y'all almost out. You more than half, at least more than half, the way out. Motherfucking Jaron Ennis is here, Vergil Ortiz is here. Conor Ben is here. This is the next cycle. This is the next cycle that's coming through, and y'all still playing these dumbass games. Keith is like, to me, Keith is semi-retired. Like, bro, I already see you don't want nothing. And I've argued about this for 3 or 4 fucking years. I'm like, yo, dog, this dude don't want nothing with nobody. Can't you see that? You can't see that? Wait a minute. If Vinny Pazienza could go through what he went through to come back to boxing, don't tell me about Keith's tennis elbow. That don't make sense. The dude got hit by Danny Garcia in the elbow. He goes out for 2 years. Vinny Pazienza damn near died. He came back to boxing.
Broken neck in a car crash.
Yeah, he said he never. The doctor said he never box again.
Go ahead, Beats.
Farmer got shot and came back faster than old boy did, didn't he, Thurman?
Yep, he did. That's right.
Go ahead, Beats. Stop talking over each other. Go ahead, Beats. Yeah, your mic is coming through real choppy, Beats.
All right. Okay.
Oh.
I can hear you, but it sounds like it's static coming through on the mic.
It's almost like you said, like Danny Jacobs, when he had his cancer and stuff, then he still come back quicker than Thurman.
The Miracle Man, yes sir, the Miracle Man.
Now remember, I had an argument with Punch here on the channel, right? And I told Punch, Terry Harpur just broke her hand stopping Catalina Thanders, and I'll bet you any money that Terry Harpur will have a fight booked before Keith Thurman. That live is still up. And lo and behold, Terry Harpur has her fight date. She has her unification match. And where is Keith? Motherfuckers gotta stop celebrating. And when the whole shit was going on, me and Punch was at odds over the shit. Because I'm like, yo, you cannot expect Bob Arum to give you buku dollars. You ain't even got no belt. Boxing don't go like that. It don't.
Yeah, man. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, man. Like I'm saying, man, that's getting to be a problem, man. Like Wilder, you know, he's soon gonna have like the likes of was it Anderson chasing him, and he ain't fought for undisputed. You know what I mean? He ain't unified a belt yet in his career. That's a problem over there. You got to get a move on, man. Like
look, you could never get Denzel Bentley versus Felix Cash in America now. You can't. They won't do it.
Listen,
you can get it in the UK. You can get it in the UK because they'll fight each other.
Yeah,
You're not gonna get no Joe Joyce versus Daniel Dubois here.
By the time Tommy was Spence's age, he was a 5-weight champion, man. 5-weight champion.
Those days are long gone.
I said I remember that conversation vividly because me and Punch, we agree on some things and we don't agree on other things. We never agree on Keith Thurman, and I said that shit in plain English. I guarantee you, I'll bet you any money that Terry Harpur just broke her hand less than 12 months ago. She'll be back in action before Keith Thurman.
You have a crazy echo, Julius. There's like a crazy echo. You hear it?
I don't know where it's coming from. Let me see. Hold up.
It's coming from Beats.
I said that shit. And lo and behold, she about to go into a unification match, right? With Yumi Choi. Where's Keith?
Yeah, but look, he's still out here talking. But look at this. Jacobs came back from cancer after 19 months. 19 months. Wilder been out for 15 months. See what I'm saying? Thurman's been out for how many years?
And
how long has Thurman been sitting now?
It's not every American fighter. It's not. It's the PBC. That's who we're talking about. We're not talking about everybody. We're talking about the PBC. That's what we're talking about. Like Gary Russell Jr., you turned down Josh Warrington and $1 million payday to do what?
And you know,
him that beat Josh Warrington.
Yo, but let's be fair. Shakur turned it down as well. Shakur turned it down as well.
To do what?
Yep, that's just what I was thinking. It's like there could have been them to beat that took his own in his belt.
the shit is so asinine. You willing to let Mauricio Lara go over there and take an opportunity to do something that you could have did, except when you would have did it, it would have been for more money and you would have got a belt. And motherfuckers will sit here sucking dick. Gary's great. Gary, what?
What?
Get the fuck out of here,
Yo,
man.
but Shakur ducked it as well. Shakur didn't take the fight either. He didn't take the Warrington fight either.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
The reason I'm gonna say this, Beats, about Shakur. The reason that I don't give him as much stick as I give Gary is because I feel Shakur outgrew featherweight and he couldn't wait. That's what I think. That he looked like he'll top out at 147. I think that he couldn't make 126 healthy anymore, and he was like, fuck it, and he got up out of there. With Gary, you still at 126. You've been talking shit for 3 years about how you gonna move up to super featherweight, and you still ain't done it. You said you was gonna go after Burchell. Then how the fuck did Oscar Valdez get the Burchell fight before you? You WBC champion. If you move up, you could become his mandatory. You never fucking did it. You sitting here talking through the pandemic. Oh, I'm gonna fight Devin Haney. I'm gonna fight Terrence Crawford. Motherfuckers offer you $1 million payday to fight Josh Warrington. You turn it down to do what? Because you're not on the Showtime schedule. So, and I'm posting, and these is the cats that I'm supposed to big up. Like, nah, I ain't bigging up that bullshit. I'm not bigging up that bullshit. Fuck out of here, man.
Jay, quick question. Do you think that I've just lost his name now. You were just talking about him and I just lost his name.
Who?
126.
Gary Russell?
Yeah. Do you think he'll ever fight again?
Look, at the beginning of this year, the WBC ordered a fight. Bear in mind, we're 4 months into really 5. Really 5, because May is right around the corner.
Yeah.
The WBC ordered Gary Russell versus Ray Vargas in fucking January. We about to be in May. They don't have a fucking fight date. I don't know if this man is ever going to fight again. Like I'm like, what kind of schedule is that for a world champion? What kind of schedule is that?
Yeah, that was my question. I just didn't think he was gonna. I don't think he's gonna come back again because he's just been far too long and he's been far too inactive.
You turning down $1 million paydays. It was $1 million for you to just go to the UK and fight Josh Warrington, who I thought at the time, yes, he's formidable, but he don't even hit that hard. You could have won that fight.
Would have been difficult, but yeah, I get where you're going.
That's fucking lunacy, these guys. And that's why, look, the American boxing scene is going to continue to suffer as long as those kinds of fighters is around. The good news is that those ain't the only kind of fighters that's out here. We got Tristan Calcaru in the cruiserweight division. We got Jared Anderson in the heavyweight division. We got Teofimo Lopez. Obviously, we see what he did. We got Keyshawn Davis coming up. We got Ammo Williams. Who else? It's a whole crop of other fighters they not over there on that side of the street doing that sucker shit. They're like, yo, dog, do y'all even want these opportunities? Because there's a bunch of other motherfuckers that are taking them.
Like, we should get Ortiz and Ennis. We should have that fight right now.
Yes.
I would love to see like Gary Russell.
I love that fight.
I agree. Yeah. But you know it won't happen, Beats. You know that.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, Ring. I saw one of your videos like from this past weekend of Christopher Diaz, that great fight he had with Navarrete. You put him just side by side with Gary Russell, and I just knew right then and there that fight ain't gonna happen.
Let me tell you something. The Diaz that I seen, ain't nobody that motherfucking dedicated over there at the PBC. That motherfucker had every reason to say, yo, it's a point deficit. I've been knocked down 3 times. He is fighting hard into the 12th after being dropped, after getting a point deducted. Still fighting hard. Ain't nobody that dedicated on the PBC side of things. No, nobody. None of them cats is gonna. No. That shit is a prime example of how you don't have to win for motherfuckers to give you props.
Jamel will go for it. You know what I mean? I think Jamel.
By the way, Ring, quick question for you.
Go ahead.
What do you think about Deontay Wilder? Do you think his career is done at this point? Do you think he can make a comeback and do anything else?
This is what my gut tells me. They're waiting for Joshua versus Fury to be announced to announce Wilder's fight. What Wilder's going to be built towards is not a world title. He's going to be built towards an Andy Ruiz fight, and that fight might be his last stand.
Got you. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, I can see them doing that. I mean, by the way, who would you favor in that fight? Would you favor Ruiz or Wilder? I think I favor.
I haven't seen what Andy can do under Eddie yet. I have to see that because before, and I said this before anything, I felt Wilder. He has a chance against Ruiz because Ruiz has slow feet. He has slow feet. He's there for the 1-2. He's there for the right hand because he has slow feet. Ruiz has to get close to you to use the counter punches. He has to get close to you. Wilder can land a straight shot from the outside before he get close to him. That's possible. Now, Wilder done got his ass beat, right? Andy Ruiz is streamlined. He lost like 30, 40 fucking pounds. It's a different fight to me. So I need to see what Andy could do. Because if Andy has feet now, if he has legs and he can move, he's gonna be a motherfucker.
I agree. I agree. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of positive changes in there. I mean, I like that. He should get Aurelio out of there in quick fashion. Hopefully, you know what I mean. He should really dispatch him.
Like that shit. Look, I'm not gonna buy that piece of shit ass fight. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not buying it either. I'm not buying that.
But I said it's needed. What? The man hasn't fought since December of 2019. He hasn't fought. That's the truth.
True, yeah. It's true. He needs a comeback fight. He needs a gimme. That's what he needs.
Yeah, that's true. He needs a gimme. I don't think it should be a pay-per-view. I don't think that. But I do think he needs a gimme fight. That's a long ass time. That's fucking what, 16 months or something like that. They need a gimme fight.
Look, I'm not gonna watch the fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch tabs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch the fight, but I am gonna watch the weigh-ins just to make sure that we're not getting catfished by Andy Ruiz's recent photos.
His weight
loss.
Yeah. But also something else. One last quick. Like Deontay Wilder and Dylan White at this point, who do you think wins if they would fight?
I don't know that's another fight where I say I don't know what's left. If I don't know what's left of the guy, right? That's me saying I can't favor him. I don't know how he's gonna go out there and I don't know because Dillian White stylistically is bad for Wilder. That's a dude that's gonna crowd you, that he's gonna try to be in your chest, he's gonna try to hit you to the body, he's gonna try to land left hooks, which Wilder is susceptible to. And that was before he got his ass beat. What happened?
I would say Dillian represents behind Fury the hardest challenge of his career, whether he wants to believe that or not.
I agree. Dylan's really going to press him.
Low key, and motherfuckers is going to think I'm taking the piss. Derek Chisora today is not an easy fight for Wilder. It never would have been. Not the way he goes about shit. No, that dude don't care if you trying to knock him out. You understand? You understand that shit? That dude don't care if you trying to knock him out. He's still going to come forward.
He goes for broke. But the only thing that Wilder has to worry about with White is his left hand and his right hand. That's all he has to worry about. He got too much more to worry about. Because he could knock him out with his left hook. He could hurt him with his right hand. He could blow up his body. He don't have too much to worry about, does he? Now, if I was Wilder, and I think White is a peasant and an easy out, and I'm supposed to be coming back, I would fight White first. He don't need no tune-up. Just go ahead and fight White first. Because he's a peasant and he's an easy out, right?
I think his leg was funny. It's like I remember Wilder did an interview with Brian Custer. He was saying all the names he wanted. I laughed because he for those names I picked on that list, he's not going to fight. I mean, like Robert Hellenius. I just say he's probably going to fight him and nobody else.
He's as great as what he was saying, ranking himself amongst Ali and said he could knock out Joe Louis. Why does he need a tune-up fight?
Please,
why does he need a tune-up fight? Why does he need a tune-up fight? Why can't he go straight in against one of the big dogs?
Yeah,
because you know why, Binks. You know why. All that shit. Look, Wilder. I'm gonna say this. Shannon Briggs got a better resume than Wilder by far.
Yep.
By far.
Yep.
Most people forgot that Shannon Briggs, not only was he a power guy, but I think he still holds the record for most first round knockouts in the heavyweight division. Wilder is not what and I've been saying it. He's not what they say he is. I seen Regis Prograis on Twitter talking about one of the most devastating puncher in history. I'm like, look, sir, excuse me. I know that this is your field of operations, but you are out of line. This dude is not even the puncher that Shannon Briggs was. Vladimir Klitschko got more knockouts than him. Vladimir has knocked out more men than Wilder has fought.
Yep.
Doesn't he have the highest knockout percentage in heavyweight history? Klitschko? Vladimir?
Yeah, Vladimir. Not Vitaly, Vladimir. Dr. Steel Fizz. He knocked out 53 men.
Didn't Vladimir drop Wilder several times in sparring?
Right. But I got to keep it honest, y'all. Listen, I got to keep it honest. Wilder's retired. Well, I say that on every damn panel. I've been saying it for almost a year now. Wilder is retired.
I agree.
I haven't been proven wrong yet.
I agree.
I think he's mentally checked out. He's mentally checked out in my book.
I think he's physically checked out as well.
It's like, are you really going to make a comeback after all the allegations and claims that you've made and how you've been acting? And then anybody's going to take you serious?
You notice when it's coming to a stage where it looks like they're finalizing Joshua and Fury, they started taking his training photos all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
Beats, you see the pattern? Beats, you see the pattern? When AJ is doing something, when AJ is doing something, Wilder, me too. I got a fight coming up.
Yeah, but he's riding. He's a wave rider. He keeps
that dude got a boogie board trying to ride AJ's wave. He got a boogie board out. Me too, yo. I got to fight. Oh, bullshit.
But like, dog, all these things he's been training, like, hasn't this guy ever heard of leg day?
Bruh.
His legs are
tiny.
Legs
look like a rolled up spliff. I said that shit yesterday. His legs look like the first blunt that I ever rolled in my life. That's all knob with the seeds and the stems. That's what his leg looked like. The first blunt that I ever rolled.
They're like them fucking Lorna Dawn like straight cookies, those fucking breadsticks.
Telling you, man. Anyway, gentlemen, I'm gonna have to wrap up this live. It's always a pleasure. We'll go live again this week.
Peace.
All right.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. All right, take care, everybody.